On this edition of the Just in Time podcast with Justin Kutcher.
I always tried to quiet the noise, man, because first of all, I had never been in an NFL game in person. The first one I saw was I was playing in it.
That's sick.
The bigness, the magnitude of this was, in my little young dumb rookie mind, was just crazy. And playing Jerry Rice, I remember specifically, it was like a third down and I knew they were going to go to him. We can't have three of our best players on the team at the same position. We think you can make the switch easiest to defense. Will you do it? Yes, coach. I didn't want to. Wasn't my dream, wasn't my plan, but yes, coach. And that yes, coach mentality would kind of become the theme for really the rest of my football career into the NFL. I look back and I think I've tackled Hall of Famers. Like I've tackled LaDainian Tomlinson. I've tackled Adrian Peterson. Like I think about all these people, but like the person that I was most scared to tackle because I was either going to look silly or get pummeled was Ricky Williams.
Oh.
His thighs, one of his thighs was as big as my waist.
The greatest sports moments happen in seconds, but the stories behind them are timeless. Dive into the mind of the icons who lived those moments. No filters, just authentic conversations about the moments that define careers. I'm Justin Kutcher, and this is the Just in Time podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the Just in Time podcast with Justin Kutcher. We're joined now by the man who's responsible for actually getting me on Instagram back in 2014. One of my college football analysts and now one of my great friends and also analyst with the Atlanta Falcons for the preseason. He's also, just a 9-year NFL vet and also an anchor with CNN. So he's not busy at all. But Coy Wire, thanks, bro, so much for joining me here. It's great to have you. It's great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man. I got to get me a fancy mic and headphones like you, but I am pumped to be on your new podcast. You've had some incredible guests, and it's a fun watch. So let's have some fun.
Appreciate it. You get the prize already for the best backdrop of any guest I've had yet. This is, I didn't know if you're actually in studio right now at CNN or where you are in the world, but I love it. I'm jealous of it. This is just a picture I took back in 2003. That's how old I am. Hey, man, there's so much to talk about with you. What I love about you is that you have this wide range of skill sets. You're an author. You played in the NFL. You're now an anchor reporter for CNN. You've done so many things in your life. I want to focus right now, though, on the football side of things, because that's how I came to know you. I came to know who you were, and it led to broadcasting. Take me back to those Stanford days. A kid from Pennsylvania heads west, doesn't go to Penn State, but instead goes to be a Cardinal. Why?
I grew up in central Pennsylvania. All we knew was football, wrestling, family. That was it. And I just knew I was going to go to Penn State because that's all that existed, right? Play for Joe Pa. Problem was I was a running back, and I also knew I was going to play running back in college. And I went on a recruiting visit there, probably my sophomore year, and they said, we want to make you a strong safety. And I said, man, got home later, Dad, I want to play running back. He said, son, maybe that's just not the school for you. My heart was kind of broken, because I had dreams of playing there. And he said, what about Stanford? And I said, Connecticut? Not Stanford, Stanford. I said, Dad, I want to play D1. He's like, they're D1. They play against USC, UCLA. This is before like big time TV as we know it. We never saw Stanford on TV where I grew up, right?
Yep.
I said, all right. He said, go on a visit. I went on a visit and I saw palm trees for the first time in my life with my own eyes. I see this incredible campus. I learned about the education. Hey, what if football doesn't work out? What if you get injured, right? Degree holding your hand, that's going to be worth something someday. So I was sold. I fell in love with it, and they were going to let me play running back. And so that's what kind of sold me on it. Coach Tyrone Willingham became like this father figure, a mentor to me. It was the perfect fit for me.
What's your host on your visit to Stanford?
A bunch of the Dollies. There are cheerleaders there, mostly. That's what I remember. No, so I actually went on an unofficial visit first because John Ritchie, another NFL legend, you may remember, he's fullback, just badass. There's this awesome images of him during one of the games, his forehead split open after he plowed someone, his blood coming down his face, just warrior, face paint everywhere. So he went to our rival high school. He's a little older than I was. He was playing there at the time. And I go and stay with him, where he's taking me to the lunchroom and everything. And the guys were like sitting around talking about philosophy, talking about second careers after football. And he's talking to while he's playing a guitar, and it's just like real eccentric, different. Whereas I go on some of these other visits and they're just talking about the parties. They're talking about, nothing.
The women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I did go on an official visit. Just because I committed my junior year. I knew I was going to go.
Wow.
I didn't go on any other official visits. I just went on unofficial visits. And just remember riding around that campus on a golf cart and just meeting all my future teammates. And then I eventually met my future classmates, and it was incredible. I mean, we were sitting in class next to Prince of another country. To Chelsea Clinton was in my freshman dorm. That when her father was the president of the United States, it was just like Secret Service people walking around, like protecting. It was like this really weird world, an awesome time, awesome experience. My years at Stanford are just like. So I feel so fortunate to have been there and experienced some of the things I got to experience.
Okay. So real quick, Chelsea Clinton is in your dorm. Could you tell who the Secret Service were?
She pet my iguana. Chelsea Clinton pet my iguana. I had a pet iguana named Elijah in a fish tank.
There's so many places I can go with this now.
I knew you would. And my roommate, Andrew, he did not like my iguana because it would often escape. One time it jumped on his head while he's trying to focus. And,
Hell no.
Yeah. So I had him for about a year. And, Chelsea Clinton having her there was, so they had to reinforce all the entry points to our dorm. When you knock on her door specifically, everyone else was like a click, click, click. Hers was like a dong, 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 like it was just wild. And you would see these Secret Service dudes walking around trying to fit in, looking like a college student, wearing little IFBs in their ear. And I remember one time it was at a frat party, and Chelsea's cool as it can be. I mean, she's so humble. I mean, for who she was at that time, and for her to just be so cool and chill with everybody was great. She would go to these parties, and at this one, they lost sight of her. And you realized that when everyone's just having a good time and it was loud music, lights are down and packed shoulder to shoulder, and you just see these dudes with the IFBs tossing people aside, looking frantically around, and they're like, oh, they must have lost Chelsea. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty wild, man. And then at graduation, it was pretty cool. Bill, Hillary Clinton, they were there, and taking pictures with everybody, and just pretty surreal to have seen that and experienced that.
A friend of mine who went to high school with Chelsea, and she said you would always go to the parties that she was going to. And the reason is because the police would never show up at those parties. So if Chelsea was there, you were in good hands.
Yeah, there you go.
When you're at Stanford, you said you went there because they'd let you play running back. And you did. I think it was your first 2 years you played running back. Then they moved you to defense. How did that all play out?
So I redshirt freshman year, leading the team in rushing. I think I had like 600 yards or so, but then about 6-7 games in, I broke my thumb, pins put in, missed the rest of the season. That next year, we had 2 other freshmen running back come in. Those 2 running backs, Brian Allen and Kerry Carter, would also eventually go play in the NFL. So my sophomore year, we were doing a rotation system. Every series we would rotate. So here we were having 3 future NFLers playing a third of the reps in a game. Not ideal. So after that second season, Coach Willingham pulled me in the office and said, Coy, we can't have 3 of our best players on the team at the same position. We think you can make the switch easiest to defense. Will you do it? Yes, coach. I didn't want to. wasn't my dream, wasn't my plan, but yes, coach. And that yes, coach mentality would kind of become the theme for really the rest of my football career into the NFL and now into my broadcasting career as well. Yes, coach mentality. That kind of just opened up this door to me that had I not gone through it, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
I would not have done the things that I did in my football career, which led me to this career. So switched over to defense that next year, led the team in tackles, playing linebacker at 205 pounds. But that was all possible because Pat Tillman, Adam Archuleta at Arizona State, they're within our Pac-10 conference back at the time. They kind of set that precedent, this new hybrid linebacker, like safety linebacker, playing linebacker, but you're the size of a safety, right? And so I went out there. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, I'm running around just like flying like Troy Polamalu used to do, right? Just like wild banshee. And the thing I had going for me was like, they knew I was going to mess up. Like I never had to really play defense my entire life. So I was just out there having fun. And that turned into, you know, those last 2 years playing linebacker in the Pac-10 led to me getting drafted by the Bills, and they turned me into safety. And so that's the next whole progression of like the yes coach mentality. Okay, let's give this a shot. Never had to backpedal in my life, but you want me to cover the best receivers in the world as a rookie, right? So yeah, that's I led the team in rushing 1 year at Stanford, led them in tackles in another, and here we are.
If I'm not mistaken, you're the only player in Stanford's history to do that, which that's impressive because there have been some big time names coming out of Stanford for football. The biggest ones, obviously, quarterbacks. But that first year, you said you were basically just flying around playing on instinct, and you led the team in tackles. At what point did you learn how to read an offense from the defensive side of the football?
So my big advantage was having been a running back all those years. I knew the blocking schemes. I knew when a hole was about to open up, or I knew where a running back might go because I was just playing mirrored version of what I'd always played. So I was able to sniff things out maybe a lot quicker than someone else would. And so, you know, that was kind of the toughest part for me was learning the big picture. What are my guys in front of me doing? What are my guys behind me doing? What kind of binds might I put them in if I do or do not do that? You know, how can I be a great team defensive player? So that was kind of the learning curve that I had to kind of really squash really quickly so that I could be a good teammate, a good team defensive player.
Okay, you mentioned mirroring, like you were playing linebacker as if you were playing running back. You have a skill set that nobody else in my life have I come across does. You can do the alphabet backwards faster than people can do the alphabet forwards. So before we go on, I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
All right.
Do the alphabet backwards for us.
All right, let's do it. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKGIHGDFEDCBA. Got it.
That is ridiculous. How did that even come about?
My dad said he could do it when I was young. I said, no, you can't. He, sure enough. And he did it so fast. I was like, you didn't say it. And then he slowed down and said the whole thing. And I was like, yep, he did it. And it's just one of those things. I wanted to be able to do it. And so one of those things that, yeah, just stuck with me and comes in handy from time to time.
I mean, if David Letterman still had his talk show, you can go there for stupid human tricks. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
So you mentioned getting drafted in the NFL, third round Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia. And you go there. Who was your mentor? When you got there as a rookie, you said they moved you to a position you'd never played before. Who's helping you out?
Well, first and foremost, it was my coach, Steve Jackson. He was a badass safety in the NFL for 9-10 years, I think. And he spent so much time with me, way more than his job description probably would have ever required. And I'm talking before anyone else got there, after everyone left, we were in his office, man, doing the mental aspect of it, going over film. He would take me out onto the field and put me through all kinds of just drills that he used to do as a player and things that would get me caught up on how to, stay low in my back pedal better. I mean, he put me on the treadmill and put it on an incline, had me backpedaling up a treadmill. So I can't tell you. I just texted with him earlier today. I mean, the time and the selflessness that he showed me gave me a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, my head was spinning, man. I'm literally telling you, I never had to backpedal in my life, right? And then I'm out there having to cover guys like Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. It was amazing. On the field, player wise, I have a slew of players who just took me under their wing. London Fletcher, brilliant. You know London well.
Yep.
Your golf buddy. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
Put him in the Hall of Fame. Incredible. Look up his stats. Look up his career tackles. Dude is like 5'9".
Yep.
Brilliant. So my 5th year in the league, hey, Coy, we have some injuries at linebacker. We just want the next best athlete out in the field. We think can you sit in the linebacker room this week? Yes, coach. Yes, coach. I go in there. This is on a Thursday. We're playing the Chargers. Game day, Sunday comes around.
Is this like Antonio Gates Chargers?
Yes, LaDainian Tomlinson Chargers.
Yep.
We're talking Hall of Famers, right? Sunday rolls around, first defensive series. Boom, Angelo Crowell. He's out. Here he had I think a fracture in his leg or something they didn't realize. And coach comes over, Coy Wire, you're in. Linebacker. I sat in that meeting room for 2 days with the linebackers. We're out in that game in London. Fletcher is right beside me. I'm playing weak side linebacker. We're looking over at LaDainian Tomlinson in the backfield. And before every play, he'd be like, Coy, come on. So we power O this way. Let's go. Snap the ball. Power O that way. Boom. There I am tackling LaDainian Tomlinson. Like, I'm talking about football genius. The dude is amazing. And, he would just have talks with me, just walking off the practice field real quick. Hey, Coy, make sure you do this. Try not to do that. Do more of this, He was just so incredible to me, to a young, dumb rookie. We had Troy Vincent in our defensive backs meeting rooms. Lawyer Malloy became a very close friend of mine. I still in touch with Lawyer all the time to this day. He took me under his wing. Just really special people who helped me try to be a special person, right? So I'm just totally indebted to guys like that who really just helped me do things I never probably would have done without them.
Take me back to that rookie year and the first time you've got to backpedal and it's against Jerry Rice. Like, what is going through your head?
Well, I always tried to quiet the noise, man, because first of all, I had never been to an NFL game in person. The first one I saw I was playing in it.
That's sick.
The bigness, the magnitude of this was, in my little young dumb rookie mind, was just crazy. And playing Jerry Rice, I remember specifically, it was like a 3rd down, and I knew they were going to go to him. I was covering him in the slot. He starts running a slant across the middle of the field. I run up and just blast him. Problem was, the ball wasn't anywhere close. Penalty. So yeah, it was tough. And then the other thing that made it really tough, twice a year, every year, guess who's in our division for the New England Patriots? Tom. And he knew the defense better than any of our defenders knew the defense, maybe except for London Fletcher. So yeah, I'm just going against absolute legends of the game my rookie year. But I think I did pretty well. Had a lot of tackles because I could do that well. Had a lot of busted coverages. Penalties, because again, I'd never played defensive back in my life, but no, it was good. I think I finished 2nd that year for defensive rookie of the year behind Ed Reed, I believe, if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago, but yeah, it was a eye-opening experience, dream come true, all that. I mean, it was just awesome. And then my 2nd year, I was ready to have like a breakout year. I really felt good in the off season. I was making some plays now, getting my hands on the ball in the off season during team drills and in training camp. But then the day before the season opener, we're playing the Patriots, and they cut Lawyer Malloy, Super Bowl champ, multiple time Pro Bowler, and we signed him. And again, I was like kind of bummed, like I was excited, but can't really blame them. You get someone from your rivals, division rivals, this amazing player and leader on your team. And so that's when I kind of took a backup role. And that's when I turned my focus to special teams, and that's kind of where I made my bread and butter then for the rest of my career until they needed me to step in or start at safety and eventually at linebacker and just do whatever they needed me to do. Being versatile, like you're talking about, having that range, being like a chameleon, adapting to any circumstance, and not having the woe is me or what, man, had taken a bad attitude. Now I got to do this. No, it was never that. It was like, I get to do that. I had my plan. I thought I knew what was going on, but I'm just going to take this same sort of go-getter mentality and mindset towards whatever they ask me to do and whatever is put in front of me, whatever situation comes up, I'm going to make the most of it because that's better than the alternative, right? Good
Did it
thing.
remind you at all of having that dream of going to Penn State, and then all of a sudden it shifts and you go to Stanford and look how things worked out?
All the time. And one line that my dad always used with me, even when I would have injuries, my junior year in high school, I have a terrible ankle injury. I dislocate my elbow. He would always say when something bad happened, seemingly bad, he would say, son, this will probably be the best thing that ever happened to you. And I used to get so mad. When I was younger in high school, like, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. But then I quickly realized, you know what? Dad's right. And that's kind of what helped me change my mind about things that seemingly bad happen in my life. And because when those bad things happen, if you allow them, they will, the strongest steel's burned in the hottest coals, right? You might work a little harder. You're going to expand your skill set because you're learning something new, something different. You're adapting, you're improvising, and you're constantly growing, right? And you become more of what you were. You thought you were great and on a great path and you were doing great things, but you were capable of more. And if you allow yourself to embrace those changes and those adversities and you persevere, then all of a sudden you're like more powerful than you once were, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So it's just like getting a little better each and every day, especially through the adversity.
It's probably the reason why you're basically a captain everywhere you've been, is that people see that, they notice that, and they're like, we need to follow that dude. And that's a real testament to you. But I also know that you're a prankster and you love getting your teammates. So you're in Buffalo, you have a great rookie year. The next year, Lawyer Malloy comes in, you've got to go to special teams. When did the pranks begin? When did you feel comfortable enough to be Coy Wire with your NFL teammates?
It was probably about midway through that rookie year. I remember we were playing the Jets, and I won't name any quarterbacks, but they did not have a mobile quarterback. And our veteran leader, like one of our spiritual leaders of our team, Eddie Robinson, linebacker, longtime NFL player, solid player, smart player, was down in the goal line. We were playing at New York. And he started scrambling, breaking down, the quarterback's running out, and Eddie's going to make a sure tackle on this dude who's slow as molasses. But he just throws this ugly, weird head fake, and Eddie like falls to his knees, jukes Eddie Robinson, and it's touchdown. It was bad. It was bad. But we won the game. So the next meetings, day after the game there, we're all in there for the film breakdown or whatever. And I had one of the guys working in the mailroom bring in a delivery for Eddie Robinson. And this box shows up, and the coach knew what was up. He's like, Eddie, go ahead, open it. Opened it up, and it was a jockstrap. A letter that said, this is from the grounds crew here in New York. We think you lost this on the 5-yard line. Oh, man. Oh man, I was nervous. Thank goodness he laughed and it was good. But I started like, oh man, what if he takes this the wrong way? I'm a dumb rookie. Like I shouldn't be doing this. But yeah, that was my first moment of like, yeah, I can just be myself and have fun.
What did you gain the confidence to pull that off as a rookie? Like that's ballsy.
It was. It was. I feel there's like something that I always feel good about is when I just be who I am and when I do the things that I want to do in the way that I want to do them, not everyone might like it. But at least you'll have comfort in knowing like, I'm just doing my best to be me and like, and not being afraid to show that so you do take risks sometimes and you do have, a little bit of nervousness to you at times, but you just let it fly. And if something really bad happens, you learn from it. And again, you're better afterwards. But I have had to tone it down at CNN. We have this thing called, I think it's called HR. Yeah, HR. And so
they ruin everything.
Yeah, they've kind of ruined everything for me. So I've been a little better behavior, but I still have my fun.
So that's the first prank, your rookie year. Where did things go from there, prank-wise?
Man, so I said, you know what? Why don't I find a way to like spread this joy even more by capturing stuff on video? Then what if we, found a company maybe who wants to sponsor these videos and we can call it Pranks with a Purpose. So I did that here in Atlanta with the Falcons.
What?
And, because my nickname became the Ninja Prankster. This whole kind of character was developed over the years. And so, yeah, I would just do this thing where I'm going to reveal it now because I feel like other people should do it. My go-to prank at the Falcons was when you go to away games, team bus lets off at the hotel. They have a table laid out with everyone's name and key card, room numbers. You grab your key card, you go to your room. Well, I would make sure I was on the first bus in the first seat, and I would get out of that bus and I would go and find whoever I wanted to get this week. And they always put 2 key cards in there. I would take a key card out and I would go up to the room and I would hide in a closet or in a bathroom in the room and wait.
Why the closet or the bathroom?
So eventually, closet first, because a lot of people will hang up a jacket, a suit. People were dressed for these trips. But then the other thing is, like, I would say, there's no official study on this that I know of, but like 99% of people who go to a hotel room for the first time, they've probably been holding it for a while and they got to go. They're going to go relieve themselves. So I would get in the shower and close the curtain, which is always right beside the toilet. And I always had a mask with me. I have a collection of masks. And so I just start pranking people, man. And just the reactions you get, oh my goodness. It, like, when you just talk about being authentic and real, like, there is not a time when someone is more authentic when they're just scared to all you know what. Like, their facial expressions, the sounds that come out of them, they're just so organic. And it's just amazing. Like, I get such a rush out of it. I don't know why.
Best prank, best person, the reaction you got from doing that?
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, Matt Ryan was fantastic because Matty Ice, he's cool as a cucumber at all times. Like, he does not get rattled. Oh, he gets rattled. He gets rattled. I think these exist on YouTube somewhere. So if you just
what'd you do to Matty Ice?
For him, when I got to his hotel room, it was weird because it was one of those ones where it's like you go through the door, but then there's like this long hallway and then there's a turn to it. So I was like, where do I go? There's no closet. Where the heck is the bathroom? And I knew he wasn't far behind me. So I just went around that corner and jumped up onto his bed, like standing on his bed. So I'd be like this towering figure as he comes around the corner. And he was like, looking, I remember looking, he's going down the hallway because he had like this big windows. It was beautiful. It was nighttime. It was a great shot of the city. So I remember him saying just before I saw him, he's like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome." And then all of a sudden he looked and sees me and bam, got him. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. So if you just type in like Coy Wire pranks, and then it'll probably come out like pranks Matt Ryan, pranks Ovi Mihaly, like Will Svitek was one of my favorites at the Falcons, just because for him I was in the bathroom, and for whatever reason, offensive linemen are weird. I love them; they're amazing. Like they're the most fun people to be around, but they're weird. They're different.
Yep.
He scared me. I'm in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, I hear him like putting down his bags. I hear him throwing, sound like a jacket going on his bed. I'm ready. He's going to be coming any minute. I got my mask on. It's taking a little longer for him to like come to the bathroom. It was because the dude got completely butt naked. So I'm trying to scare
Which
him.
Costanza.
But this 6'6", 340-pound dude comes around the corner butt naked. And I went, oh, man. Yeah, I can't unsee that, buddy.
Those are amazing, and that's what makes, I think, being part of a team so much fun, right?
Yeah.
Like I've said it so many times. You're a kid. You're a man playing a kid's game, but you get to stay a kid.
Yes, and it's like our team. You know, we've been calling Falcons games together for how long? 7 years now,
Since
I think.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, and so like I don't remember the games. I don't remember like dressing in a suit and talking on television. I remember like I look forward to seeing how much Justin Kutcher is going to eat the night before a meal, right? Like when we all go out as a team, like, dude, you put down more food than I don't know where you put it. You have tapeworms, I think, something. But that's the stuff I love. Just like, you know, the moments with your team that they're the unforgettable moments, you know.
I agree. It's the games are fun, the dinners, the hanging out. That's where it's truly, truly special. And everyone always asks me, what's the best part of your job? And I say the relationships. You know, it's being able to hit you up, and either one of us, you hit me up, I hit you up, whatever you need, let's do it. And it's just, that's what makes it special. I can't eat a lot. I can, but I'm trying to whittle that down. I need to. My waistline's getting a bit too big for me. I'm not like you, Coy Wire.
Yeah.
I can't do a 40-inch box jump anymore.
Yeah, man. You're a married man now.
I am. I'm getting older.
You're in your 40s, right?
Yeah.
Don't need your wifey turning you in for 2 20-year-olds. You better keep it tight.
I will. I'm dedicated right now to doing this. Let's talk about Atlanta, because the story for you is pretty incredible. In Buffalo, your final year, you suffer an injury. It's a bad one, neck injury. You think your career's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened when you had the injury? What's your mindset?
So, yeah, they asked me to play middle linebacker against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and a big pulling lineman came, put his head down right on top of mine. Arm goes numb. I'm like, this isn't right. I never felt this before. Couldn't really hold, had no strength in it. I needed to have neck surgery, right? Titanium plate, 4 screws. And I'm already at my, 6th year in the league at this point, missed the rest of the season. And after the season, they're like, it's okay. Just have this surgery. We're going to have you back. About a month before training camp, they called and said, we decided to go a different route. And I was like, man, this is it. Like, no one's going to want a guy going into his 7th year, undersized linebacker, with a plate and 4 screws in his neck. So I thought that was it. But then a day before training camp started, I got a phone call, and it was Atlanta Falcons, like, do you still want to play? And I was like, yeah. And I said, well, we've got 5 linebackers coming in. You're one of them. We have 1 spot left for our training camp roster. Flight's at 8:30 tomorrow morning. I was like, I'll be on it. And I'm sitting in my car when this phone call came in, and the first thing I thought of was like, holy crap, I only weigh 209 pounds. Like, because I stopped working out. My career was over, right?
Right.
Like, I'm out of shape. Like, all this stuff started flooding in. I was like, but I'm 209 pounds. Like, I was up to like 228, almost 230 after I'd made the switch and officially bulked up to play linebacker. And so I had an idea. I went and I got some lead weights out of those ankle straps you put on there, weighted for abs. I took the lead bars out. I pack them up in my bag. I go to Atlanta. I put on 3 T-shirts for this workout to make me look hide my skinniness at this point. I do the workout, and I'm surprising myself because I still have my quickness. I'm fast. We're running the 40. We're doing all these drills, and they pulled me aside. Thomas Dimitrov and Coach Mike Smith said, "We like what we see. We're going to sign you." I said, all right, let's go. And they said, just one more thing. We just have to do your health and height, weight, get you do your physical. I was like, okay, I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I had in my backpack, I had 5 of those, I think it was 4 or 5, those 20-ounce Gatorades. I chug all of them because they're 2 pounds each. I take the lead bars that I had, I put them in a sock, tied the sock shut. So I have like this lead bars. I put them down in my in my crotch. I'm squeezing it between my thighs. I come out. Eventually, we go over to the scale.
What was that pet that you had in college?
Nice and snuggled up with Elijah. I go step on the scale. It says, I'm about to throw up because I was going to say, Gatorade. I'm keeping Gatorade. It's right here. And it said 221. And the strength coach looked at it. It was like, it's a little light. 221. I was like, if he only knew. He thought 221 was a little light. So that next day, training camp's starting. And the thing I didn't think about was that during training camp, 21 days, whatever it was, every day, twice a day, before and after practice, you have to step on the scale to make sure you're staying hydrated. Like head strength coach, they're marking your weight down. I had to try to make the team, almost vomiting because I had to chug Gatorades, put these lead bars under, step on the scale, and then go out to full padded practice. And then I had to come back, chug more Gatorades, step on the scale. I had to do that twice a day, every day.
So you chugged 8 bottles of Gatorade every day for 21 straight days.
I was well hydrated.
Do you ever throw up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ever throw up on the field?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. But, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, do whatever you got to do. I knew I had what it takes. Was it dishonest? Yes. Very. It was very dishonest. But I knew if they just gave me a shot, I knew I could help this team. I knew I could still play. And ended up making the team. And then ended up, we made the playoffs that year. I was starting at linebacker. I was playing in the playoffs at 210 pounds. I bulked up to 210 by the end of the season because you can't put on weight during the season. I was 210 playing in the playoffs in the NFL at linebacker. So
that's insane.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
Did they catch on?
So the next season, some point during the off season, heard and word got to the head strength coach. And when I went in, everyone's coming back, veterans are reporting, and then everyone's, hey, how you doing? Let's go, getting ready to start this season. And eventually you step on the scale. And when I got into the weight room, it was just like a cold, icy vibe in there. The strength coach, who's typically my boy because I was always, workout warrior type, he won't even look at me. And he's kind of red in the face. He's legit, something's off. I'm like, man, what just happened? Turns out he was mad at me. He goes, he won't even look at me. He's like, step on the scale. I was about to step on the scale. He said, drop them. I said, take your clothes off, all of them. Oh, he knows what I did all last season.
Wait, I'm not an offensive lineman. I'm not going to the bathroom.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. He was mad, man. He was mad. Jeff Fish, he was very mad. And, but I was legit 228. So, yeah, it was, looking back, I feel bad that I was dishonest to him, but
you had to, and you produced.
I had to, and I produced. I just needed them to give me the shot, and they did, and ended up finishing my career there in Atlanta. And man, some of the best years of my life, looking back on all that stuff and some of the wild stories. The whole reason for your podcast, is it's really cool to talk about them and think about them again.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. I mean, I eat this stuff up. I hope the listeners do as well, because again, it's the inside of a locker room. It's the inside of playing. It's getting inside, the athlete's head. There's only so many people in the history of the world to play at the level that you've played at. And everyone else wants to know, what is it like? Um, I just I think it's so neat. Your 3 years in Atlanta led to you staying in Atlanta, now becoming one of the broadcasters for the preseason, moving on to CNN. I'm just curious, when I look back at your career, number 22 at Stanford, 27 at Buffalo, 52 at Atlanta. Where do the numbers come from? Any meaning behind them?
No, well, 22 was my all-time favorite. That was my high school and my college number, and numerology, if you follow that, or some people say this the universe has energy to it, and that's family. 22's family, and that's why I always pick that number. But when I got to Buffalo, there was no particular reason for 27 other than it kind of looked like 22. Nate Clements was 22, Pro Bowl player.
By the
So
way, Nate lives in Charlotte, plays golf with London. I've played
Mhm.
golf with him, so it's funny how it comes kind of full circle.
That is, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, and then 52 was the same thing. I think that was probably the only number left they had. I was the last person at training camp that year, um, so yeah.
What's it like going to the stadium and seeing fans that are not your family wearing your jersey with your name on it?
And it's incredible. Had a bobblehead at Buffalo. Um, Still see some of those pop up on social media to this day, bobblehead and people with my old jersey. And it's just, it feels so good because I think more than people realize, there's a lot of players who actually do play the game they love more for than just themselves and for their own family. Like they really are playing for the city that they call home now, and so to see that the fans recognize, you and you love playing for them. I mean, that's just one of the things that's the best about making your dream come true, is being able to share that dream with others. It's amazing.
You're one of the rare players who you can really call two cities home. The people in Buffalo love you, the people in Atlanta love you. What's it like? You live in Atlanta, going back to Buffalo and getting that welcome from the Bills Mafia.
Man, so Buffalo is just like got a special place in my heart. Like I can't get rid of my phone number because it still has a 716 area code. My parents would drive up to every game 5.5 hours. My grandparents would too. Um, yeah, Buffalo just felt like my second home. Very similar type of people, blue collar, down to earth, salt to the earth type people, hardworking. And so that place resonates with me. It reminds me a lot where I grew up there near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So yeah, it's been pretty awesome, and the organization as well, just opening their arms, it's really special because I think a lot of times players feel like when they're done playing that they're just some guy that used to play and they don't really have that open door to the place that they gave so much of their time and blood, sweat, and tears, So pretty fortunate to have played in the two cities that I've played in. And Atlanta now is home, our two daughters born here. And um, the Arthur Blank's organization is just top class in the world. And to be able to be so closely tied to them still, being able to call games and tell the stories of these next Atlanta Falcons, is, man, what a blessing to be able to share with a unique insight to all the Falcons fans.
It's a lot of fun for me. And I don't know if you realize I'm doing this while I'm doing it, but just watching people look at you as we're walking down by the field or we're walking through the stadium. And I see the true like love and affection that they have for you and the appreciation they have for you. And for me, that like warms my heart because I'm like, man, that's awesome. They understand the person that Coy is. Not just that he was a player, but the person that he is. And so it's special. And
Thanks,
I
man.
hope you understand the impact that you've had on a lot of people. I'm guessing, actually, knowing you, I don't know if you have or not. Have you jumped off a car yet onto a table in Buffalo?
No, I have not. I have not. That started after I played there.
I know, but now that
Um,
you're in TV and you're going up there for games, like I'm
boy,
shocked you haven't done this yet.
boy, I would tear a table up, man.
Oh, I know you would.
Oh, I'd tear it up. Oh yeah.
You would jump off like a truck.
Man, I've eaten and drank with Pinto Man, the legendary tailgater, drinking the shots out of the bowling ball. I've done all that. He's been around forever. That's an incredible story for you. You ever want to have a fan on? Talk to that man. He's like,
Okay.
really, he's like an engineer. He's like, he looks all like Mountain Man and raggedy, but this dude is super smart. And he goes, the number of games he's gone to, you probably can count on one hand the times he's missed over the years for decades. Like,
And that's at Buffalo.
yes, dude. Like anyways. Yeah, I would do that. I mean, it's been great to see the love that Bills fans have gotten now in recent years because they are so special. Like when I went there, I was like, man, I didn't realize how fortunate I was to be playing in this city. I just kind of thought all NFL teams had that sort of fandom, but it is very select few teams who have that sort of fandom and that passion from their fans that they do in Buffalo.
It reminds me a lot of Green Bay. I see so many similarities between Buffalo and Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're going to build a new stadium, but I love that old stadium. I think it's so cool.
Yep.
It almost feels like it's a glorified like high school stadium.
That's it.
They're right on top of you.
Yeah, you can feel how special it is. You can feel the history in that when you walk in that place.
I was looking back at pictures of you, and I saw some pictures with you with hair on it. You had hair on the top
Hair
on the
what?
top of your head.
Oh,
And I was like, I've never seen Coy with hair.
yeah.
What was the year that you first shaved your head?
I think I did it when I first moved here to Atlanta. I think it was that first training camp. Claire and I were just staying in an extended stay apartment while I was trying to make the team. Of course, I would go stay in the dorms with the team, but
Right.
yeah, I remember being in the bathroom of this tiny little motel thing, and just doing like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just delaying the inevitable. Like I was clearly going to lose my hair at some point. It's hot down here. I was used to training camps in Rochester, New York. Now I'm in the South, baby, and it was hot. I'm like, it's gone. And yeah, that was it. It was right here in Atlanta.
You shaved it the first time, and then Claire sees you. And for everyone who doesn't know, Claire's his wife. What's her reaction?
She just started like petting me. I was like, oh, this is great. I feel like my tail's wagging. Like, awesome. Yeah. But a whole new set of sensations. Like someday, if you ever go there, you don't realize like how sensitive your head is. It's like the most amazing feeling when you first shave your head. Justin?
Dude, I'm asking because if I'm losing it, I may have to do it. I may have to pull a Coy Wire.
Don't be scared.
I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. I'm very, very scared. And before we get to a segment that I do a rapid fire called This Just In, I want you to just go back real quick and explain how you go from being 209 to 228 in a year. What does that entail as far as eating, number of calories, weightlifting, all that stuff?
It was just unloading more calories than you can even sometimes stomach, right? Like it's just all about the calories. I'm lifting like a power lifter. I'm lifting heavy weights, yes, but it's just all about the calories, plain and simple. So I'm looking up what are the foods at the highest caloric intake. Of course, you get ice cream, pizza, cookies, all that stuff. I was doing that too. Claire used to be like, "Oh, you have to eat another cookie." Like I'm like getting nauseous. I'm like, "Oh, I have to eat another bowl of ice cream." And she's like trying to eat well, like, "Oh, you have to eat it." So, but then it was like olives. There's 20 calories in one olive. So I would eat 5 olives. There's 100 calories, a tablespoon of olive oil, and that's unsaturated fat, and that's good for our bodies, right? So it's like, I'm like doing shots of olive oil at restaurants. Even when we go out to restaurants, I'm like, could I please have some olive oil? And it's like, I'm just finding ways.
Are they looking at you like, I'm sorry, what's that, sir?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, what is my goal? What do I need to do? And I'm going to go all in and figure out the best way, the most optimal way to do this. And I did it. I mean, it was, it was not fun. Like, I don't like having to eat a lot of food like you do.
I love it.
I wish I could have had your stomach, but it's just, hard work, man. Throwing down lots of food and working out hard in the gym.
Random question, but it just came to mind. Average price of a dinner for you normally, and then what it was like for you when you're trying to add on all that weight.
It was 3 times at least, you know? Yeah, it was 3 times. I mean, and at home too. I mean, it was just constant shoveling in food. And yeah, it was not fun. But you know, it's where I came up with my line, we eat for purpose, not pleasure, right? Whether you're trying to gain weight like I was, or whether you're trying to diet, lose weight, you got to eat for purpose, not pleasure. I don't feel like either way, whether you're gaining or losing weight, either way is very pleasurable, really like you want it to be. So, hey, I got a question for you before we go into Justin's line here.
Yeah.
About your career, like before you became like this broadcaster, right? This,
Yep.
he was like very reputable. Can you see that?
I see it. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah. I want to talk about your early career when you first got into TV. What was it like when you were on Carmen Sandiego?
It was.
How did this happen, Justin? How did it come to be, and what did you learn from this experience?
So the tables have been turned here. All right. I don't know if I've ever been more nervous in my life. And truth be told,
How old are you?
I was 12, just shy of my 13th birthday.
Because
And
you look the same.
yeah, thanks. They told us to watch the show, right? To prepare for it. So being Jewish, almost 13, I'm busy preparing for my bar mitzvah, like the biggest moment of my life. And I'm also playing baseball and going to school. So I'm not watching the show. The night before the taping, my school team went to extra innings. And like your dad, my dad always gave me advice. And he's like, you're the little guy, you got to be a chatterbox, right? So every single pitch, I'd be like cheering on my pitcher, this and that. We go to extras, I lose my voice. So I get home and I see my mom and she's like, no more talking. You've got Carmen Sandiego tomorrow. And I'm talking and she's like, no more talking. So the next morning, my parents, my 2 sisters and I drive in to Queens where they're taping this. And we walk in and I'm cool, right? No big deal, no big deal. They take us in the back, me and 3 other people, the 2 other contestants and the alternate. And they're asking us questions. And I know nothing about the show. And they said, have you been watching? And I thought for sure they're going to throw me off and bring in the alternate. Like, let's go to the bullpen. Come on. So I go, I'm really sorry. I had my baseball game last night. I've been studying for my bar mitzvah. So they kept me on. I did not smile on the show until I lost. I was that nervous.
Oh my God.
And I started off, terribly. So you know me, like I'm getting mad at myself. I'm like, come on, Justin, let's go. And I made this like epic comeback to the point where the host like high-fived me afterwards, like, dude, great comeback. I'm like, thanks. And then, that was my first foray into TV. And that's what set me up into this life.
Oh man, I love that. I never heard the full story. And I also find it fascinating. I'm still turning the tides on you here.
Yeah, sure.
That you went from, losing your voice and not being able to speak to now having the voice. I mean, a play-by-play voice. You have such great pipes, right?
Thank you.
How is that natural or did you work to develop that? Are there tips, tactics, techniques, exercises you have done or had at any point to strengthen your vocal cords?
Be told, I think a lot of it was just gift, having the voice. What I have realized is people tell me, oh, you've got a normal speaking voice and you've got a broadcast voice. And what I say is, I don't know I'm doing it. All I know is that I'm slowing my speech down. And when I slow my speech down, I find like I speak, from deeper into like my diaphragm and stuff, as opposed to just like right up here. And that makes it deeper. But I have worked with speech coaches to try to improve. I thought Connecticut had the perfect accent, the state with no accent. I'm wrong. There are certain words and certain letters that give us difficulty.
Like?
We're not going there. And so I have to do different drills every day. Some things are like holding my tongue to the roof of my mouth for 10 seconds.
And what does that do?
It actually, so actually I hold it for 30 seconds, off for 10, back on for 30. What it does is it both strengthens and weakens the muscles at the same time. So by doing it, you're weakening the muscle initially, but you're strengthening it over a period of time. And then the other one I have to do is after I do that drill, I have to almost like, and that's to get me to help my tongue get all the way to the roof of my mouth and then down. So there
Awesome.
you have it. I've just given out my secrets
I
and
love it.
I need to work on them more and more.
All right.
So
Gotta
well
love
done,
it,
Coy
man.
Wire.
Yeah. No, thank you.
See, that's the reason
All right.
why he's been
Taking
able to
my
go
notes.
from,
Taking my notes.
a 9-year NFL vet to now a TV star and doing all these interviews, traveling the world, entertaining fans. So that brings us to this just in.
Mhm.
I want to know in this second career of yours, the person that you've interviewed that made you go, wow, I can't believe I just interviewed that person.
Simone Biles. Simone Biles. Because we see her on TV and she is a superhero, right? She's doing things that other gymnasts don't even try. She had like Ford moves named after her. And then you meet her in person and you're expecting her, one, to be much bigger than she is. Everyone knows she's tiny, but when you see how tiny, she's tiny. But the other thing you're expecting is she will also have this huge ego. You interview a lot of pro athletes and you sense it right away. Oh, they've got this thing built up around them, or they've bought into all the hype, or whatever it may be. But she is as humble and kind to you, to me, to anyone around her. And then you see that she is not invincible because we've heard her talk about the struggles she has mentally. She had the twisties at the Olympics a couple Olympics ago, and she has been so good about sharing her story about mental health and overcoming adversity and the stressors she feels, even though she is a superhuman, right? She too is just like all of us. And so I just love that about her. And I love bringing that out of her because I don't think the next generation can hear people like her say things like that enough. So yeah, I mean, that to me she's just it's a blessing to be able to share her story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the event that you thought to yourself, I am so lucky I was just here for that?
Olympics is my favorite, because it is the ultimate, nothing brings people together like sports. Well, nothing brings the world together like the Olympics. And just seeing all these people from different cultures and backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds, different languages all coming together, sometimes not even be able to communicate with each other, but they're just respecting and showing love to each other. That's awesome. But the other two that I have to put, I mean, I just pinch myself all the time I get to do these things, but like March Madness, incredible. Like that energy is awesome. And the other one that I know would be yours would be the Masters, right? I mean, just being on those hallowed grounds, it's kind of like going to Lambeau and you just feel it. It's just seeing that in person was pretty special, like bucket list type stuff that most people would love to be able to do. And I get to do it for work, right? I mean, it's,
Best Masters that you've been to?
oh man, Scottie Scheffler winning was
First
good.
time or second time?
First time.
Okay.
Yep. 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 And seeing his family, his wife, um, just like in shock, like this is really happening. Like we know he works hard. We know he's amazing, but like that just happened, yeah, it was pretty special.
It's funny that you say it's Scottie Scheffler after what you just said about Simone Biles, because Scottie Scheffler is one of the most down to earth
Mm-hmm.
superstars in the world. And I can remember we were at a restaurant, Italian restaurant in Atlanta, which I believe is like Charles Barkley's like go-to restaurant in Atlanta for
Yeah.
Italian food. And it's before a game. The tour championship was in town. And it was a Saturday night. So Scottie Scheffler is in the lead and he's at this restaurant on Saturday. And I was like, hey, there's Scottie Scheffler. So I went up to him. He's at the door. Scottie, hey, Justin Kutcher. Just want to say congrats on a great year. Good luck tomorrow. He's in shorts, t-shirt, a golf hat that's not Nike, just a plain old hat. He's like, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I'm like, this dude's about to win like $25 million tomorrow. And he's just chilling.
Yep.
And they're just such good people. So that's pretty cool that those are the two things. All right.
I'm
Looking
sorry,
back
I
at your,
was looking up for the restaurant for you. I think it's Pasta da Pulcinella, I think is the one.
it was your recommendation. I could promise you that.
Yeah, yeah. Just
You
for
always have
anyone
good
who wanted to
recs.
know, it's Charles Barkley's favorite restaurant. I'm pretty sure that's the one.
Looking back at your career, the tackle that you're most proud of.
Oh man, tackle I'm most proud of. Goodness
Like,
gracious,
who's
bro.
that guy that you got to bring down? You're like, yes.
So, I mean, I look back and I think I've tackled Hall of Famers. Like I've tackled LaDainian Tomlinson. I've tackled Adrian Peterson. Like I think about all these people, but like the person that I was most scared to tackle because I was either going to look silly or get pummeled was Ricky Williams.
Oh,
His thighs, one of his thighs was as big as my waist. Like that dude was so fast and so strong. Like, yeah, just even if I was just biting on his ankle and holding on and he dragged me for a few yards and at least I got him on the ground. Like, yeah,
right.
that's the tackle I'm proud of.
All right. I love it. That caught me by surprise. Now, looking back at your career, the one game that you think about the most, like you relive it in your mind over and over.
My first one, it was running through that tunnel in Buffalo. I'd never seen an NFL game in person. And just that, all those years of hard work coming true. And national anthems playing on the sideline, holding my helmet, tears are coming down. I'm just like looking around, just soaking it all in. Like I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I'll never forget about you is we were in Pittsburgh for a preseason game and your parents came and each of your parents were wearing your jersey. I love seeing that. I love seeing, where you came from, who helped shape you to the person you are today. And now you paying it forward with your wife and your daughters. Uh, you've got a heck of a family. You should be really proud. Coy Wire, thanks for joining us. You passed this just in
Yes.
very well, which I wasn't surprised. I mean, you're a Stanford guy, so I'd expect you to pass it. But thank you so much for joining us here on the Just in Time podcast. This was awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, brother. I love you.
Too, man.
All right.
Can't wait to do preseason this coming year.
Rise up.
Rise up, baby. Let's go. See you, bro.
See you, buddy.